Welcome to Vietnam, a Southeast Asian country with a population of over 82 million people filled with a rich history and culture. While you're here, you might notice how beautiful this country is. It's heavily forested, with level land covering only 20% of the country. The rest is hilly and mountainous. Because Vietnam was ruled by China for 1,000 years, the influence of Chinese culture is apparent in Vietnam in many ways. The most significant way may arguably be the ideals of Confucianism that still play an active role in the Vietnamese lifestyle. Around 85% of Vietnam is Buddhist. While arranged marriage is still common in Vietnam, it is becoming increasingly more common for men and women to get to know each other before they are married and arrange the marriage themselves with their parents' permission. Vietnam launched political and economic reforms in 1986 that have improved the country significantly, turning Vietnam's economic status from one of the poorest in the world to lower middle income status rapidly. This could be due to the increased activism in globalizing organizations. Vietnam has also gained the fastest per capita GDP growth, averaging a 6.5% growth per year since 2000. It's clear the quality of life for the people of Vietnam is improving. The country has seen an increase in income in their overall economy. This has, in turn, improved their higher education rates and given way to a higher life expectancy. The country is improving and it looks promising for even more improvements in the years to come, making it a great country to trade with and buy products from. Vietnam is the 33rd largest exporting country in the world, and according to the Economic Complexity Index, the 73rd most complex economy. Top exporting items include broadcasting equipment, crude petroleum, leather footwear, coffee, and rice. The U.S. is Vietnam's biggest exporter for coffee.
Kopi Luwak is a special kind of coffee bean found in Vietnam derived from the civet cat. The civet cat's diet consists of coffee, cherries, and other berries naturally found in its environment. Because the civet cat has a wide variety of food options in its environment, they naturally choose the ripest, tastiest coffee cherries. Once the civet cat eats the cherries, they are fermented in its stomach to enhance the flavor of the beans and are then excreted and the Kopi Luwak is created. As crazy as this might sound, these pods of civet leftover coffee beans are the production of the most expensive coffee in the world. In fact, 1 cup of Kopi Luwak coffee can easily run the adventurous coffee drinker an average of $30 to $100 or more. This strongly desired natural product has a significantly high value to weight ratio, which makes it an excellent candidate for exportation from Vietnam. There are no laws that prohibit or hinder exporting Kopi Luwak from Vietnam into the U.S. Coffee is also an estimated $2.8 billion industry.
We have chosen to form a partnership with Trung Nguyen Coffee, Vietnam's largest coffee shop, and create a coffee shop in San Francisco, California. Trung Nguyen does not yet have a coffee shop in the U.S., and we believe an adventurous and outrageous coffee shop experience in the U.S. would be successful. We have chosen San Francisco as the destination to start Trung Nguyen Coffee because it has the highest percentage of specialty coffee drinkers, and over a quarter of the population of San Francisco drink coffee regularly. This is why we believe San Francisco is the best market for the largest amount of the primary consumers of our product, Kopi Luwak. Vietnamese coffee that is not a byproduct of the civet cat would also be available for the daily fancy coffee drinkers as well. San Jose, San Francisco's neighboring city, also has the highest population of Vietnamese Americans, which creates a niche market seeking specifically Vietnamese coffee as well. While the locals of San Francisco and neighboring cities make great candidates for our unusual and exciting coffee shop, the city of San Francisco also provides a market of their high density of tourists seeking an unforgettable experience on their trip. Our coffee shop would provide this opportunity for those visiting San Francisco on business who only have an hour or so to make a memory between meetings. Families who have chosen San Francisco as a week vacation destination to make a memory and try something exciting and delicious would also be able to enjoy a cup of Kopi Luwak. The Vietnamese value respecting others as demonstrated by their collective culture according to Hofstede's dimensions. We will emulate this by treating our customers with the utmost respect and upholding the culture of Vietnam. There are different words to address people according to their age and gender, and our staff will be trained to be respectful of these and other cultural norms of Vietnam. Our goal for Trong Wen Coffee Shop is to create an environment where people can connect through a new experience and have their comfort coffee also available to them. We understand that by selling high-end coffee, we are narrowing our market, but we believe the experience is worth the hefty price tag. It is also a conscious decision on our part to have coffee available to the public that costs what people would expect to pay for a cup of coffee, and for those who have already tasted Kopi Luwak, or those who would just like caffeine to start their day. We want to remain true to the Vietnamese roots of Trong Wen coffee, so we will host events and create special offers on Vietnamese holidays. For instance, there's a mid-autumn festival called Tết Trung Thu held on August 15th, and we would celebrate this through our store. Imagine for a moment a brisk day walking up and down the hills of San Francisco, seeing the sights when one of your friends present the idea of trying a cup of adventure. Don't you want to try the most expensive coffee in the world?
Wake up, San Francisco!
That looked really good.
Yeah, it works for me.